Hi, Hashim. I think your presentation looks great. I had just a couple of suggestions. On slide 8, your line graph, it looks great, and you can obviously see that April is the busiest month. However, I noticed that a lot of the data labels are covered up by the line, and I can tell that Excel just did that naturally. But what I recommend is that you move them up just a little bit. To do that, simply click on click on each one till you get this four-sided arrow, and then just use your oops, I clicked off that, and then just use your mouse to move that up. That way we are able to see the actual data label that's associated with your with each of those data points. So that should be a pretty easy fix. And then secondly, in slide 9, I like this graph a lot. However, I can tell that the axis is it should be the y-axis should be set to 0, and it looks like Excel just did a auto set of the axis, and so the graph looks a little distorted in that it makes it look like this middle chart is far larger than the one on the left and the right, the middle bar, I mean. So to reset the y-axis to 0, it's real easy. What you do is just click on one of the bars, and then click on this plus sign, and then click on axis, and then we're going to include a vertical axis for now, and then we're going to get rid of it. So now let's look at this y-axis here. You can see that the minimum point on the scale is 1.43 million, and we really we want to be sure, we learned this way back early in the semester, we want to be sure the axis is set to 0 for the minimum. So to do that, I just click in this y-axis area, and then I right click, and then I'm going to say format axis, and then over here, sorry, we've got that pop-up thing that's in our way a little bit. Okay, so over here we want to set the minimum to 0, and let's see if that takes care of it. Okay, so now we can see that our axis has a 0 minimum point and a 1.6 million upper point, and that is a little more what we would expect. So now we can see that indeed we did have a growth from 2015-16 to 2016-17 and such, but it is not quite as dramatic as that first way it was visualized was. And now we can see that your descriptions got hidden a little bit, and so we just want to move those away just a little bit. It looks like this text box may be associated with the graph. I'm not sure. I wonder if we can. You may need to recreate this box here and this other one that's now hiding behind this bar. But I hope that helps. And then you can get rid of this vertical axis. Now that it's set to 0, the scale looks better. And then we can just go back, click on this plus sign, click on axes, and then deselect primary vertical, just to get rid of some of that extraneous, what we've been calling chart junk. And what I would do for these explanatory boxes, I think I would probably delete them and recreate them. So I'm just clicking on it and deleting it. And then I just go back into Insert, Shape, select a box, and then I might, I can't remember what he had said, maybe 7% increase. And then you can just change the coloring to be dark green text and the background to be no fill and no line. So something kind of like that. So you may want to delete that arrow and then recreate it, going into Insert, Shape, and then selecting the kind of arrow you want. I hope that helps. If you don't have time to make those changes, that's okay. There won't be a markdown, but I just wanted you to understand how to change that vertical axis so that the minimum is set to 0. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll check my email a couple times tomorrow before class. I will be working all day, but I'll try to check it, like I said, a couple times. So let me know if you have any questions, and I think you've done great work,